Everybody, it's JetsCentral coming back with the Week 5 preview video for the New York Jets at the Philadelphia Eagles Sunday 1 o'clock matchup. Okay, now originally I wanted to post this video yesterday, but I wanted to wait that extra day, and I feel like I could speak for pretty much all of Jets Nation when saying that I wanted to get some clarity on the Jets quarterback position, right? Who's going to be playing QB for us this Sunday? Obviously, if it's Sam Darnold, that gives us a much, much higher chance of winning the game. So, we're holding out hope. We got our fingers crossed that his spleen, shrinks down to a normal size and he's clear to play. And, he's good to go and he's ready to rock and roll. Because if that happens, right off the bat, the Jets' chances of winning jump up. Okay, I'll say this, and I know we're, under a minute in this video right now. If Luke Falk is being trotted out there as the starting quarterback for the team Sunday, and I know it's going to suck to hear, I don't think we have a chance. Okay, I'm just going to chalk it up as a loss. Just being real with you guys. I always try to keep it honest. I always try to give you guys my fair, honest, and unbiased thoughts on this channel, and that's just kind of what I'm thinking if Falk is going to be out there. Okay, I don't think we have a chance. Now, that being said, the Jets, for whatever reason, keep on tweeting out pictures of Darnold and posting pictures of Darnold on their Instagram page, which leads me to believe that he will be clear to play. Obviously, that's not a fact. I don't have an inside source or anything like that, but that's just kind of ironic. I think it's a little weird by whoever runs the Jets' social media pages to continue to post and to hype up a certain player if he's not even going to be there on Sunday. Just a little weird to me, but I digress. All right, so really the point is the Jets, this is going to be an uphill battle. All right, uphill battle for sure. Philadelphia is more talented. They are way better coached than the Jets. Okay, they're going to be at home. They're coming off a huge win in Green Bay. The NFC is a lot more, it's a lot tighter of a conference as far as teams that can make the playoffs. I mean, I can go on and on and on and on about how many good teams are in the NFC. Whereas in the AFC, it would probably take me 5 minutes. All right, you got the Patriots, Chiefs, Ravens, and then every other team, you could kind of make an argument for the Chargers, Browns, maybe Houston, maybe Jacksonville if Gardner keeps it up. Tennessee, who knows what's going on with them. Buffalo's really good this year. Indy, what's up with them? But in the NFC, you can easily rattle off, Eagles, Saints, Green Bay Packers, Chicago Bears, Detroit is underrated. Seattle Seahawks look great. Niners are undefeated. LA Rams are really solid this year as well. You could go on and on and on. So the Philadelphia Eagles, this is going to be a game that Doug Peterson looks at the schedule, Carson Wentz looks at the schedule, and they say, okay, we got to win this game. Not necessarily a must win, but we should be winning this game. We shouldn't be in a close game with the Jets. We should have this one down. Like I said, they're just the better overall team. And, especially with how the Jets have looked this season, I mean, especially on the defense side of the football where it looks like players have just quit. Players just aren't trying. Trumaine Johnson leading that scene, probably Leonard Williams as a sidekick here. I just want to see some fight this week. I want to see players actually wanting to play the game, play the sport of football. I want to see some aggressiveness. I want to see some tenaciousness, especially on the defense side of the football. And on offense, especially if Darnold plays, we need to get creative. We need to find ways to get Le'Veon Bell the football, as opposed to just handing the ball up right off the middle, right up the middle on first down. We need to get creative here, get him out in the slot, put him in motion, maybe line him up outside. He's by far our best player on offense. Target Le'Veon Bell, target some Jamison Crowder. But as far as top to bottom, roster versus roster goes, the Eagles match up really well with the Jets. As far as, like I said, matchups. Right, so the Eagles' defensive line is really, really good. I mean, they wreak havoc in the trenches, guys like Fletcher Cox and whatnot. And then as far as the Jets' offensive line goes, just been mortifying to watch all season. What's going on with Ryan Khalil? Actually, Adam Gase doesn't even know who's going to be starting this week on the offensive line. I believe the exact quote was, the best 5 guys are going to be out there. Well, we're 5 weeks into the season. We should have already had that figured out. And by the way, I know it's a preview video, and I know I seem uptight a little bit, and I seem, I guess just frustrated on the season. But hey, it's a frustrating season, so far. Hasn't really been what we've expected, all right? Injuries, illnesses, losses, The way Gay speaks to the media and continues to deflect the blame, what have you, hasn't really been the season that we want. Le'Veon Bell crying, Jamal Adams starting to, I don't want to say back off the Jets, but just starting to get frustrated in his own right. It hasn't, the ball really hasn't bounced in our favor this year, okay? So I know I seem a little frustrated, and of course, we're so early in the season. This is the first week of October here. So we could turn the season around. Adam Gase has shown in the past that he has went on a winning streak to, propel them to the playoffs back in 2016. The season is not lost. We will get C.J. Mosley back at some point. We will get some of these guys back at some point. Jordan Jenkins and these guys. So hopefully we get everything figured out, all right? But as far as this week goes, Philly matches up really well with the Jets. Again, I know I touched on the D-line. I know I touched on the Jets' O-line. You even look across the football. The Philadelphia Eagles wide receivers, Nelson Aguilar, Alshon Jeffrey. I don't really know what's going on with Deshaun Jackson. Is he healthy? I don't know. Zach Ertz. Against the Jets' defensive backs, the Jets' cornerbacks this year, it's been nauseating to watch. And I don't like this Angel defense where Greg Williams has the safeties playing so far. He has that one single high safety playing so far back to not get beat over the top, where everybody's just, gain of 8, gain of 8, gain of 9. Gain of 10, gain of 12, gain of 6, gain of 7. It's just constant underneath. That was the issue in Cleveland. That was, I love Greg Williams' personality, his attitude on defense. I like the style that he brings. But that was one thing that always rubbed me the wrong way when he was in Cleveland, was having Jabril Peppers playing so far back from the line of scrimmage. I don't think you should play like that, especially with a player like Peppers. And I know he's not on the Jets and stuff like that, but Peppers is an instinctual player that needs to be up close to the line of scrimmage, more so in the box. That's just my opinion. I think when you have a player playing so far back, not getting, just to prepare against the deep ball or to shield against the deep ball, defend against the deep ball, whatever you want to call it, I think that kind of takes the player mentally out of the game because you're not up close and you don't really get a feel for it. You're just kind of playing center field back there. And so when when your number is called to make a play, you're kind of cold. You're kind of, I don't want to say rusty, but you're just not into it fully, mentally locked in. So I just see a problem with that. But in any case, I actually, in this scenario, with how the Eagles like to stretch the field and really press vertically, I think that Angel defense might not look as bad as it did against, like the Patriots and stuff like that. But, and even the Cleveland Browns to a certain extent. But, even with all these injuries, okay, Mosley, Quinn, Williamson, all these different guys that have been out, I feel like the defense still has shown some, they've definitely went out there and produced a little bit, given the circumstances, given how bad the quarterbacks have played, given how bad, guys like Trumaine Johnson and Leonard Williams, they're like, you'll go on and rewatch the game, rewatch the film, and Leonard Williams is just laying on the ground. As a Jet fan, you're like, oh my God, man, this guy was picked 6th overall, rated as the number 1 player in the draft by Mel Kiper and McShay and all these different guys. And it's just year after year, I don't want to say excuse after excuse, but it's just not the production that we should be getting from the 6th overall pick. It's just not there, all right? So it's going to be an uphill battle Sunday against the Eagles. Not to mention Philadelphia is a very tough place to play. The fans come in, they pack the house, they support their team well. They make the opposing team feel intimidated and whatnot. So we'll see how it goes. All right? But we're in this together, all right? Hopefully the Jets turn this thing around. Whether it's making a change at the coaching position, maybe, hopefully not. Maybe it's just getting everybody healthy, everybody to buy in. Who knows? But I'm not hopping off the Jets bandwagon, okay? Don't plan on doing that. It's not in my DNA. I know you guys, the real Jet fans out there, you guys aren't doing it either. You might skip a game here, here or there. That's okay. I can understand that how this season would be frustrating. But in any case, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section regarding this game. How should the Jets win? Okay, and by the way, you know what? This is a preview video. I didn't even touch on that. On offense, okay, if Darnold plays, the offensive line has got to protect him. All right, just dump it off to Jamison Crowder. Get Le'Veon Bell the football creatively creatively, okay, not handing the ball up the middle and where he's getting pounded at the at the line of scrimmage, point of attack, you're just getting mauled at the O-line. I mean, Khalil's looked horrible. Brian Winters has not looked good. Not looked good. Kelvin Beachum continues to get beat off the left edge. Or right edge, whatever way you want to look at it, defensive or offensively. So the offensive line has to play well on offense. We got to get the football out of Sam Darnold's hands quickly. That Eagles defense flies around. Malcolm Jenkins, they have a ton of great players on the D. Now, I will say that they are thin at the cornerback position as well. They have some guys that I like. I believe Rasul Douglas, Sidney Jones, and stuff like that. Younger guys that still have an upside. But so far this season, they haven't really performed the way Jim Schwartz has want those guys to perform. And then on defense, just don't really get beat over the top. That's really how Philly likes to play. Nelson Aguilar up the seam, Zach Ertz kind of on those post routes, Alshon Jeffrey. I mean, they have guys that can fly downfield. They got guys that can box out. They got guys that can run after the catch. Also, keep your eye on Miles Sanders. We got to make sure he's contained out of the backfield with these little slip screens, with these little quick checkdowns. He's a tricky character, okay? Miles Sanders is an underrated player. Not many people are talking about him because he hasn't really done much this season. But out of Penn State, absolute stud. Philly got a steal with him in the second round. Could be like a Alvin Kamara type. Not saying he is Alvin. Not in the least. But he could provide that same... They have the same kind of skill set, that pass-catching ability, that elusiveness out of the backfield. Kind of a nice little yin-yang, thunder and lightning with him and Jordan Howard. So I'll leave it there. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. And as always, thanks so much for watching, and go Jets.